Today, I've got a Nest Thermostat 3rd generation. I'm gonna unbox, install, and review for you. I got my trusty Cutco knife. As you can see in a second, I started cutting through the box too. These things are very sharp. The packaging is top notch. The guy who invented the Nest also invented the iPod, so the packaging is very polished, like I would expect from Apple. Immediately you're presented with the actual thermostat with a cover on it. It's very weighty, great build quality. Below that we have a few papers and documentation. It also includes stickers, which I'll show you in a minute. This is the back plate where you'll place the wiring for your heating and cooling unit. It will replace the current one you have. 2 included screws. They're actually pretty nice quality. A lot of screws that come with things like this will strip pretty easily, but I found it's pretty good. Comes with a double-sided screwdriver, which is pretty neat. This will pretty much allow you to do the whole thing without an electric screwdriver if you don't have one. This is the back plate for it, so if your current thermostat is larger, this will allow you to cover up the holes. And this is a metal bracket. This is only to be used if your current thermostat is mounted on something metal. That includes 4 screws for the metal bracket or for the plastic bracket. This is the paperwork that you get. The first part goes over the physical functions of the actual unit, and then the rest of it is on a timeline scale for the software information, which is an interesting way to set it up. This is just a paper to let you know that you don't have to install it yourself, that they do offer professional installation. This is the actual install guide they give you. This includes the stickers that I was talking about earlier, which are really handy to use so you don't forget which wiring goes into which port. And this is an advertisement to show all the other products in the Nest family. Wanted to give you a better look at the back plate. It's nice, high quality, labeled well so you know exactly where to put all the wires. Has a super handy level built in. This is great because when you install the Nest, if you're off just a little bit, the Nest logo is like the 12 o'clock on a clock and you can really tell it's off. And so the Nest will just pop into the bracket just like this once it's on the wall. There is a micro USB port back there for power if you don't have enough power coming from your wall. Also can be used for software updates. This is my current thermostat. I have a Honeywell thermostat, not smart in any way. Most thermostats are pretty easy to get off. You just pull it off just like that. Make sure you take a picture of your current setup. This will be really helpful when you go to the Nest's compatibility checker. You can just input what you currently have and it'll tell you exactly what to do once you install the thermostat. At this point, you're going to remove the wires. You'll want to make sure you label them as you go. It's very easy to forget which ones went where. Once they're all removed and labeled, you can just take off the actual bracket. I opted not to use the cover that came with the Nest unit. I bought this round black one to match the actual unit. You don't want to screw down the cover in any way. Get the bracket on first and then screw them both down at the same time. I recommend not screwing it in all the way so you can make sure it's level before you finish it off. Next, you're just going to install the wiring and the corresponding ports. It took me a few tries because you really got to flatten out the wiring to actually get the Nest unit on. And then you're just going to pop the unit on. As long as the wires are flat enough, it'll just snap in. Once it's on, all you have to do is flip on the power from your breaker and the device will turn on. Next, you go through basic setup where it'll ask you your language, location, stuff like that, and then you'll set up your Wi-Fi. If you're curious, in memory of Kanye is my Wi-Fi. The reason that is because my cat's name was Kanye West and he died. And then my current cat is Lana Del Rey, and that's why that's the password. The Nest is in my hallway, which is probably the perfect spot for the Nest Aware feature. When you have a dual heat system like I do, you're going to have to go through a few different setups. They recommended Pro to come out, but I decided to give it a shot myself. Dual heat just means you have different heating elements for different levels of heat. Now I'm setting it up in the app. I didn't see any barcode to scan, so you just hit manual setup, then choose the device, and then enter the key. The setup is wicked fast. It finds it pretty much immediately, which is really nice. Now I'm going to hop over to the app and show you some features there. Obviously you're going to download the app from the App Store. The app doesn't have very good reviews, it seems, but it seems mostly for the cameras, not for the thermostat feature. So let's head into the app. Let's head into the settings over here. This is where you can invite more people. Just hit family right there, and you can see me and my roommate Elizabeth there. This is quick settings for your home and away assist. This will allow you to choose if you want to have it based on location or using the sensor built in. This is the spaces feature. This is not really useful for you if you don't have multiple devices. It just allows you to group multiple devices into one room called a space. This is just your quick settings for any messages they send out or if you need support. And this is the main control interface that you'll use to adjust all the settings. To adjust the heat or the cool, you have to click on the number. You're not able to actually click on the bar. On the main page, you'll also be able to see the humidity and the temperature outside. If you click mode, it'll allow you to choose if you want to heat or cool your house, or heat and cool your house, which is the best feature of this thermostat, because you just choose a bracket and it'll do the rest for you. Eco mode will try to make the heating and the cooling conservative. You are able to choose a bracket in the settings for this to keep it in between two temperatures. The fan function will just allow you to run the fan for a set period of time. This is the schedule section of the app. After a few weeks, it will automatically pre-populate what it thinks your schedule is, or you can click and hit add or remove in the bottom right corner. The energy history section, once populated, will show you when it heated and cooled your house, and also when you were away and how it saved energy for you. If you hit the settings inside of the main panel, it will give you the settings for the actual device. Early on, we'll make the Nest heat or cool your home before it thinks you arrive home and not when you arrive home. Cool to dry is a feature that will reduce humidity by running the air conditioner. Sunblock is a feature, so the Nest will know when it's in direct sunlight and won't automatically think the whole house is as hot as that one location. So to wrap this all up, the Nest is a great gadget. Amazing build quality, and the energy features are really compelling. I'm really interested to see what would happen over the next month with my energy bill. Unfortunately, the lack of HomeKit features, meaning the ability to talk to it via voice or use it in my HomeKit app, are not there in any way. That has prompted me to instead buy the Ecobee 4, and I'll be installing that in my next video.